And welcome to Proceeding Onward in America. So for this episode, we will be doing our hookups. Make sure you check out our how-to video playlist to see more things while you're hooking up or at a campground. So for today, we're doing our water. We have a couple of things that we're using that are recommended. They're not required, but we recommend them as well, because usually you can just hook up your drinking water to here and hook it up to your RV, and voila, that's it. So one of the things that we have is the pressure regulator to help regulate the pressure into your camper. When you're at a campground, the pressure can vary depending on how many people are using it or not. And say a whole bunch of them are using the water at once, the pressure will go down. And then all of a sudden, if half the park stops using it, it will be the same amount of water trying to do 100 campers, all of a sudden are now doing 50. It can send out a certain pressure into your line. So we use the pressure regulator to help with the influx of water pressure throughout the park. Recommended is 40 psi for your camper. On top of this device right here, you can use a screwdriver to help adjust that while you are plugged in, so you can set it up so you only get 40 psi to your camper. So this is not the first thing that we will put in, but I just want to bring that up to you. The first one that we will put in is our Y-gate. So that way we can have two water hoses connected. One will be for our drinking, and one that is for either washing down the camper or for the sewer when we want to flush out the camper, stuff like that. So that one will be for drinking, one will be for other normal use. So to put that in, you put this right on over. So if you never use a Y-gate before, these little black knobs right here is to open and close the valves inside. If it's against the pipe, it is shut. If it's in line with the pipe, that means it is open, so water will flow through. So before you hook anything up, I suggest having them against at a 90 degree angle to the piping, so that way you don't get any water flow when you start hooking up. Your pressure regulator, you'll hook it up to whichever one that you want to use for your water. This one's up top, and to make it easier, I'll put this one on top as well. The female end into the male end. So now I have my Y-gate, my pressure regulator, and now I can hook up my hose, and then I'll show you what I'll do over there. Here is my female side. That is what I will attach to the regulator, and then the male side I'll bring on over there. You don't want to do anything more than hand tight. Definitely, since this is a pressurized line, if you do it more than that, you may not be able to undo it later on due to the pressure inside. Okay, so that's nice and hand tight. So here we are. We're at our city water connection. So this is where your fresh water will feed into. Inside, you'll see this little mesh. Why you want to make sure that mesh is nice and clean. Make sure there's no bugs trying to get in and so forth. That is why the mesh is there. Not only bugs, but anything that may flow into your water, it should help keep it from going in. We also use a filter, so that does a double check. But if you don't have a filter, that's what that mesh is for. For us, we also have a 90 degree adapter. This adapter helps it so that way your hose won't go have a kink in it while it's trying to feed into the camper. There you go. Okay. So now our 90 degree angle will help it when we feed the hose up, so it won't have any kinks in it. We do have a kink free that we can use as well. It came with an RV filter, so since it came with it when we bought it, we just use it anyway. Okay, so that's on there. Here's our RV water filter. We get it from Walmart. Nothing fancy. but it does help keep all the debris from traveling into our camper and make our water nice and fresh. So a lesson that we've learned while hooking up our water supply is to not add this RV filter to this kink-free hose prior to adding the water hose to it. Because once you add this on, you'll start trying to turn it and it twists your hose all up. So put the RV filter onto your water hose and then connect it to the kink-free hose right on over here. Because for this, you just turn this little gold knob right here and you don't have to twist anything besides that. So it makes a nice connection for your water leading into your camper. Now prior to you putting on the water, one lesson that we learned while traveling is to make sure that all of your sinks, all the handles on your sink are closed. While you're traveling, something may bump it, you may have forgotten to turn it off, or something crazy has happened during traveling, and once you put pressure into the water hose into your camper, water will go everywhere. And we've actually flooded inside our camper once before. So check all your handles inside to your sinks prior to putting on the water. So here we are. We will turn on the water. Okay, so I turn it all the way open, and then I want to turn it back just a quarter, so that way it doesn't get stuck in that open position. So I turn it back just a quarter bit, so that way the valve's still open, but not fully open. Oh, you go over here, the black little knob right here. It's now in line with the pipe. Well, thank you for joining me on showing how to hook up your water to your RV. Like I said, you can use this for anything else that you need to use it for, but this is our primary way. And some of the additional stuff that we have, you don't need to have, but it's good to have. So, once again, thank you for watching, and keep following us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Patreon. That's it for now. Bye-bye.